As the guys here mentioned, my name's Weis. I'm one of the co-founders of Rookout. My background started as a developer in the IDF, in the intelligence corps. Can I also mention that? And I'm going to tell you about my experiences that led me to create Rookout and talk about the pain points that I've experienced throughout that way. So when I started my career like 20 years ago, when I was building a server, writing mainly in Python and some C and C++, I had one physical box in front of me. And when I wanted to understand what's going on with that box, I could just attach a debugger to it, to that one or two processes running within it, just break, stop, and see exactly what's going on. But things really shifted quickly, especially in the last couple of years. So we moved from that one box to the box next door, to the server farm, to the cloud, into containers, into microservices, into Kubernetes, into serverless, and this madness is just ongoing. At this point in time, as a developer, I'm basically blind. I have literally no idea where my code's running. It's constantly shifting between all those microservices in the cloud. It's remote, it's encapsulated. I don't even know where to SSH. And if that's not enough, when I'm building my Python project and I'm building it as a microservice, as I'm instructed to, another great developer on the other end will have the other microservice written in Java or Node or something like that. And then I'll have to do something when I'm connecting to that. And I have to understand both of them at the same time. And it might be across clouds, and it might be across languages and across orchestration solutions. Really a huge mess. And looking at our code, understanding our code, it's a huge portion of our time. So according to this survey, it's like when you have bad code, it's 40% of your time. If you're looking at also working with good code, like building more features, upgrading it, you're easily getting to the 80 and 90% of your time. And the process of observing that code with all that mess that I've described is also horrendous. You have to start with the irony of writing more code. So I want to understand my code. Because I don't know where it's running or how to connect to it, I have to add a log line or SDK call. And then I have to go through tests. And I have to go through an approval process. And then I have to go through deployment, for example, do CI/CD. Then we have to wait for the server to start. We have to wait for the code to run. And when we get with our data, usually I look at it and I say, I actually need something completely different. And we end up rinsing and repeating all over. Each iteration like that is like 15 minutes best case, average case like an hour, multiple hours. And when you have to do a lot of that, you end up wasting a lot of time just iterating on your own damn software just to get a basic glimpse. So that basically drove me insane. In my last role as a VP of R&D, I was just like looking at my devs as I was working with them, and they were like telling me, yeah, I'll be finishing this project today, but when I get to them in the end of the day, they tell me, oh, I just wasn't able to see how the current version's running, and I wasn't able to get the data I want from production, so I actually didn't get to it. And so I looked at this, and I asked the basic question, why? These are our servers, our code, our applications. Why can't we just press a button and get the data we want? And so that annoyed me so much that I decided, together with my co-founder Liran, who's somewhere around here, to build exactly that. And when I say exactly that, I mean literally. With Rookout, you can press a button, indicate which data you want to get, and instantly get it. And I'll demonstrate that quickly. So here we have our interface in Rookout, and I've got two microservices connected to it. One is a Python application running as Lambda in AWS, and another is an annoying Java application running in containers in Kubernetes on Google. So different clouds, different languages, different orchestration solutions. I'm now going to debug them instantly with clicking a few buttons without doing anything special. So the two microservices are connected. When we click this button, it connects to the other microservice and adds a task through our advanced AI to this list. Here we can see our Python code, and we can see the advanced AI here, essentially random.choice, my favorite AI solution. And I've got our Java code here as well. And I'm going to, as I said, debug both of them instantly. So we've got the code here, and we've got this function generate to do Python. We can actually see the request here. You can see it creating a record and adding it to the list. I'm going to instrument that just after adding it to the list. So I've set 2 breaking points essentially within Rookout. And now when I'll be running that project, I'll be getting data for both of them without stopping the application, without impeding it, but still getting all the benefits of debugging. Just, I click that and you see the application didn't stop, it's still running. But when we go back here, we get 2 snapshots, one for each microservice, each with a full stack trace. You can see the Python one. We can see the response, is it built as a JSON and being returned to the server. Really, we get everything out of memory. We can also do that in the Java application. We can see that it actually got that learn how to knit value. And we can see everything live in the running application. Again, with all the benefits, without all the handicaps. As simple as clicking a button, doesn't matter which cloud, which solution it's running on, all easy to use. And it took a lot of pain out of my work, and I invite you to try it out as well. Thank you very much.